Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to properly use the round brush attachment that comes with your blow dryer brush. If you have fine hair like me, an attachment like this on your blow dryer brush is such a game changer. It's made for styling your hair, especially when you have thin hair, you're losing your hair, or you have fine hair. It's mostly for volume and texture. So if you want hair like this, like my big bouncy blow dry, keep watching. I'm going to show you all of the products that I use and the tips and tricks to try to get this look at home. If you guys want, I have a free hair care guide as well. I have a ton of tips in there for hair colors, styling, and how to keep your hair healthy. So if you have fine hair, go download that guide. It is perfect for you. Other than that, we'll get started. So the brush we're going to be using is the Wavytalk 2-in-1 blow dryer brush. It comes with the attachment as well as all of these heat settings and a cool shot button. It has a couple of settings on there, but we're going to be using the lowest one and then the cool shot. It also is detachable. As you can see, it comes right off. We're going to be putting a root lifting spray, basically putting that all on our roots and the whole entire top section of our heads. You don't want to do too much, but you want to make sure everything is covered. This spray right here is the foundation of our blow dry, so make sure you guys are using these kinds of products because this is the key to getting the volume that you want. And then what we're going to do is also add our heat protectant spray. This one is by Redken. I think it's a thermal spray number 11. So it's a very light hold. It adds a lot of slip to the hair. It's a really, really good heat protectant for a blow dryer brush. Those sit on your hair for a while, so you don't really want to keep it on there with no heat protection. And we're going to grab our Dyson. You want to make sure that your hair is about 80 to 90% dry for this. Remember, this blow dryer brush attachment is a style only. It's not made to actually dry your hair. So you're going to make sure that you over direct all of your hair to the opposite side of where you part your hair. You can use a brush like I am, just like this. It gets it done pretty quickly, and it's just lifting that hair up, and you're gonna put the blow dryer straight through that. So you wanna do that all around your head, all over your roots, however it is that you need to get it dry. If you do it this way, it is gonna give you the maximum amount of lift, so that is what I do suggest. And if you do need to flip your head over, you can do that too. That should also give you enough lift around your head. So we're going to start with our first section here. These are about the size of the sections. This is a volumizing spray. I do spray that on all of my ends so that it gives it a little bit of hold. So what we need is a lot of tension on the hair when we're doing this. So you'll see me do a couple of pass-throughs to mostly get everything dry first, and then we polish the ends. If you can see that I roll it there a couple of times, that's called polishing the ends. And then what I'm going to do is roll that up, and then I press the cold shot on it. I do touch it to make sure that it's actually cool to the touch before I let it down. And then I just twist it out just like that. And then we're gonna take our fingers, our index finger and our middle finger, and we're gonna wrap the hair around both of those. And then we're gonna grab our pin curl clips, and we're gonna clip up those sections so that they can cool in the form that they're in. So this is our next section. We're gonna do the exact same thing. As you can see, I'm doing a couple of pass-throughs, and when you guys are doing this, it's gonna go through kind of slow, or it's gonna feel like it's not gonna go through very good when the hair is like half dry and half wet. So do a couple of pass-throughs first before you even start to think about polishing the ends like that. So I'm holding the cold shot button, and I pinned up that curl. I'm adding my volumizing spray to the ends before I start, and then I'm gonna do that whole entire section. I'm gonna get it mostly dry, and after that I'm gonna split that section in half, and that is gonna be the same size as the barrel that I'm using. You guys can also scoop your hair like I did just there. It helps give it a little bit of lift at that root area too. So that very top little knob right there is made so that you guys can do this however you're comfortable. So you'll see sometimes I'll have both hands on the bottom, and sometimes I'll grab the top and the bottom. It's pretty much whatever way is most comfortable for you. And then that one's done, so I'm going to twist it out. We're going to take our two fingers and we're going to wrap that curl around and then pin it up. as we get to this top section, I'm going to show you guys how I do the crown area. Basically, I take one big section over that top, and I am going to over direct this forward, and then I'm also going to scoop right underneath it and over direct it up. So I'm going to do that a couple of times, making sure that every time I am doing that pass through, that I am getting as much lift as possible. And then I polish the ends, and then I'm going to let that go, and we're going to wrap it up. And you can see it's nice and bouncy. Apparently I liked that. And we're going to just pin that right to the top of my head. That looks beautiful. My hair dries really fast, so it's okay if your hair gets a little bit dry. I actually did add a little bit of the volumizing spray at the ends anyway, just to give it a little bit of moisture to it. So I am pulling that forward, and we're doing this mohawk section up until I get to that front area. This is also going to make sure that whatever way that you guys part your hair, you can decide to either part it, down the middle, whatever way is best. And another tip is, if you guys do have a side part like I do, sometimes if you do switch your part around, it's going to give you an even better lift, especially if you do a mohawk section, so you can decide what you like better. So I'm just polishing those ends right at the front. And then I wanted to show you just this. It was cool. So I do like that those come apart. And I let my curls sit for about 15 minutes. As you saw, I sprayed my hair, and we're letting them down. They're cute little bouncy waves, I guess you could call it. So I'm going to take the Olaplex dry shampoo, and I'm going to take those sections as they are and spray just a little bit of dry shampoo in before I go in and manipulate the hair. This ensures that the style is going to stay for a couple of days. So after I go to bed, I'll wake up and it'll still look good. And the fact that it's going to give it a little bit of lift. Then I'm going to take some oil. Of course, it's the Olaplex oil. I'm going to take about that much, rub my hands together. And while I'm breaking up these curls, I am making sure with this oil that it does not get too frizzy. So as I am pulling out all of these curls, the oil on my hands is making sure that we don't, add frizz or anything like that. So I'm just going to manipulate my hair as far as I like it. You'll see me turn my hair over and flip it, and then sometimes I do take the brush to it too. So you guys should just manipulate your hair however you think is best. I will also show you the back section right here. I think it turned out pretty good. So this is the end result. It looks pretty good. I'm very happy with all of the refined ends and how much volume I have at the root. That product that I put on at the root to help lift it, it really just cuts down the drying time, and all of the detailed styling that a stylist uses, you guys can literally get it in just a can. So if you try this at home, let me know in the comments how it goes. Like I said, the one that I use is by Wavytalk. This is really just the first one that I purchased, so I can't compare it to anything else, but I think it did pretty well. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys do with your hair. Thank you so much for watching, and until then, I will see you next time.